Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is We Are 5/5. Good morning. Man. It's nice and sunny out here. It's kind of hot. It's already 80 to 83 degrees. And anyways, I just want to touch on a couple subjects. So last night, me and French Dose had a pretty good life. We was on for a little while. We had on Grizzly Moolah. We tried to get Goyard on there. Gayard, he calls him, whatever. We tried to get him on there, but all dude was doing was screaming. Like I expect. So check it. He kept on coming on. You only got 17 viewers. That's all he kept screaming in the first time. I'm thinking dude gonna sit down and actually speak. So this dude got tired of the screaming shit, so he booted him. Right? And gets the other dude on, dude like in a tub or some shit. And his bed's weird shit. Right? And he gets this dude back on. And then this dude's talking about some printing, press shit. He makes his own shirts. And like my nigga, my girl does the same shit. My girl got that press. She got the machine. She got all that. I get it. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, we expect the dude to sit down and actually speak. Get what I'm saying? Instead of all of this yelling and trying to make himself seem like he above everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, just some weird shit. I'm literally expecting the dude to sit down or stay still and just have a conversation like a normal person. But nah, this dude don't stop yelling and some weird shit. Everything out of his mouth is more or less boasting. Has nothing to do with a clear-cut convo. Right? So our show is more or less about your point of view, your angle, whatever it is. Majority of people that we're having on here, we're trying to get their opinion, their how they feel about things, their view, whatever. I'm guessing a lot of people would have a problem with the content. Like this dude has a problem with somebody personally that he never even met personally. Some weird shit. So this dude, he was just on some real, just yelling, just like non-stop yelling. It was some weird shit. I just thinking to myself like, damn, this dude acting like he 11 years old. Like, why is you yelling? Like, you can't speak? Because 9 out of 10, if you act like that in regular society, B, I see why you get that SSI check. Because you ain't gonna be outside like that. You can't even last in the supermarket that long to buy yourself something to eat because motherfuckers gonna think you crazy. Motherfuckers gonna call like an ambulance or something. You know what I mean? So I genuinely expected Duke to sit down and actually make his point clear, bring his point across, right? Because I'm actually trying to explain to this dude, Goyard, right? I'm trying to explain to him, like, yo, listen, bro. This white dude got you banging on somebody that's trying to stand up for your rights. Somebody that's like you. You're doing the white man's job for the white man. This is what I'm trying to tell Goyard. Like, nigga. This is why I was trying to get a conversation with the nigga so, to bring him to reality. Like, nigga, do you understand that this white guy got you attacking another black man that's like you? He's helping create that division when all we need is unity. You know what I mean? So, I'm hoping that this dude would have sat down and calmed himself down and, conversation. Like, my nigga, what we on camera for? This nigga, like, trying to show everything he owned. Like, like, my nigga, this ain't MTV Cribs. We up here to try to figure out who's agents, who's frauds, who's setting us up for failure, who wants more division, so we know who to follow. Because a lot of people out here that got a big following on some fuck shit, they want the division even more. And what we need is unity. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to reach out to a bunch of people. regardless what your ethnicity is, regardless where you come from, regardless your upbringing. You know what I mean? Because everybody has a dog in this fight. All races have a dog in this fight. All backgrounds have a dog in this fight. This shit affects just about everybody. You know what I mean? Because I told you, it started with race, then it became class. You know what I mean? And it's like this, man. Black lives with white lies does not matter. Get that? Try it one more time. Black lives, right? Along with white lies, 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 does not matter. Get what I'm saying? If all these Black Lives people, I'm not going to call it the movement, but if all these people that want to stand up for a black life, if you're convoluted and you're coming with some message that is background with some white lies, some white noise, that shit does not matter, because your agenda, your interest is not for us. Get what I'm saying? Like, why all of a sudden is that movement making income? Get what I mean? I thought that movement was supposed to be to stand up for people. I thought that was supposed to be to stand up for the injustices. What does that have to do with making money? Where's our unity at? We need to be like a fist. We need to be together, not apart. We need to be together. You know what I mean? They made us to fight against each other, argue with each other, just make us feel like we're better than one another. You know what I mean? That only comes from a mind of a person, of a people that have been stepped on for so long, right? We've been pushed down for so long that now it's instead of us aiming at our enemy, it's to the point that now we're aiming at ourselves. We're shooting ourselves when we are supposed to be together. You know what I mean? Because it's them against us. And the 13th Amendment in the Constitution, we're not viewed as a whole person. We are 3/5. They are 5/5. And it's to the point that how we supposed to come together and have a conversation with them and expect them to come to the table and listen to us when we can't even talk to each other. We can't even sit down and actually have a conversation to figure out what the issue is here, to figure out how we could get a better future going, starting now. Because our past has been run. All these people are talking about, yo, this black supremacy, these motherfuckers sound racist. My nigga, the only reason why you have that angle is because you are the white supremacist. You've been the one that's been having your foot on everyone else, on every other race for so long that you don't want to make everyone equal because you're scared that since you've been doing that for the last 500 years, that you don't want that to happen to you for the next 500 years. Like, think about that state of mind. You're like, yeah, we've been doing this shit for so long, but we don't want you to do that to us. My nigga, you cannot start a fight and then play victim after. That's not how that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Only an inferior mind thinks about that type of thinking. You're scared that you're going to be enslaved. Why is that? Because you did a bunch of enslaving? It's not my fault. That's your fault. That's something you need to deal with. That's something you need to come to terms with yourself. I seen this dude talking about, he's in Texas, right? He was basically talking to the Grandmaster Jay, I forget his whole name. The nigga from the Not Fucking Around Coalition, the NFAC. It's called the Not Fucking Around Coalition. Dude put some info out there. Dude is an ex-military. Duke said if y'all come out there dressed in unison, walking in unison, armed to the teeth, walking like in the way they were, in that like regiment military discipline style, that the law can't do nothing to you. Those are all ex-military people. They were at that racist place where the people said they were going to shoot a bunch of people and they didn't do nothing. That militia, everybody, he said that he thought there'd be a bunch of militias in every state coming up. That was the point of that. So we can help ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, come on. And people are like, yo, he's just a black supremacist. What the fuck is a black supremacist? What the fuck does that mean? I get what you're hinting at. I get the gist of but that word don't coincide We don't run shit. We don't own shit. We don't make laws. We're the ones that's under the gun. We're the ones that's in prison. We're the ones that been hung, been lynched, been slaved, been whipped, been burned. Our wives, sisters, mothers, nieces, grandmothers are the ones that's been raped, kidnapped, tortured. What? Where does black supremacy exist? Where and when? Tell me, when did that ever happen? When? Because for the last 400 plus years, it's been white supremacy, right? We're not talking about getting statues built up. We're not talking about that's white supremacy. Everything in America is based on the white man enslaving the black man. And now that we're asking for equality, now it's black supremacy. Oh, don't come over here with that shit because all the Republicans over here have right and they do bear arms. So what are you saying? That the not fucking around coalition shouldn't come to Texas because all them white people got guns? So fucking what? Just because a white person that have a gun don't mean that it makes it all right for him to treat someone of color like shit. And you're the one talking about black supremacy because that's what you're advocating. The minute that you're like, oh, you better not come over here with that shit, you're advocating for white supremacy, you fucking jackass. I don't give a fuck what skin complexion you are. Because this whole fight is about, we're tired of being the heel of the foot. We want to be equal. We're tired of being the part of the body that's always stepping in shit. You know what I mean? While we're the bottom of the foot, you're the face. No, that's not what's up. Like where's the equality at? When was it? So when did y'all experience slavery? When did y'all get whipped for them 400 years? When did the laws were based against y'all? When were all the odds against y'all? Equality means that we both dealt with the same shit, that we're both the same, right? So obviously we will never be the same because all we're saying is let's erase all the 400 years, which gives you the benefit because you don't have to experience what we did. You don't have to go through that. And we're saying let's make us equal from today forward. And you're still having a hard time. And it's like, I don't understand. I don't get it. It's like you literally start a fight with this slavery shit, and then when we're like, yo, if you want to fight, all right, let's fight. Let's make it even, one-on-one. You're like, nah, y'all got to have one of y'all hands tied behind y'all back. Like, what? And even with one hand tied behind our back, we still fucking y'all niggas up. And you still can't understand. Like, it's not hard to tell. It's not hard to tell when the inferior race doesn't want to take its place in the food chain. You have no control where your position is in the food chain. Imagine how mad the giraffe is over the lion. Because the giraffe is bigger than the lion, but the lion could fucking, you know what I mean? When that giraffe is around, it's whatever, but when it smells, hears, or knows that lion is around, you get what I'm saying? There ain't that many lions. It's more giraffes, elephants, hippopotamus, all that shit. Tigers, panthers, you have all this shit. You don't have that many lions. But lions is who run the jungle. But there's more of every other species than the lion. You get what I'm saying? There's only one lion. Then you have your elephant, you have all this other stuff that the lion is above. Get what I'm saying? That is the giraffe, and the giraffe is mad. Like, come on, man. We got to make this shit equal. It's the only way we're going to get somewhere. And look at all this shit that's going on. We're going to switch up real quick. These niggas is trying to pass this shit, right? This coronavirus funds, right? I don't even understand if y'all get, if y'all understand the concept of the vernacular that they are using to impose what they're trying to relate to us. Check it out. What I'm saying is, what they said was, check it. For your $600 to keep coming every week, they have to spend less than the first time that they put the stimulus checks out. That means the first time they said they spent $2.3 trillion, right? So they want to spend around 1.73, around there. They said if they can do that, then your $600 will probably go to the end of the year. But if they spend more, than what they spent last time, the 2.3, that our 600 is only going to go for a few more weeks. Like, you got to understand the words that they're using. And then on top of that, it's people that's making the decision of our income that aren't affected by that situation. In other words, the people that are telling us when we're going to get paid, they're not the ones that need money. Their accounts is set. Their bills is paid. Them motherfuckers is on vacation right now. Them niggas is literally on fucking recess right now. They don't come back from recess till Monday. These niggas been on recess. So when you're like, yo, they working hard, how? They on fucking recess. Recess means break. These motherfuckers is on break from discussing society and how we gonna function. What? That means that they're not affected by this coronavirus. Their income isn't affected because they on fucking recess. You know how life works. You're a fucking person. When some wild shit happens, what do? You stop everything and take care of that shit right then and there. Because that's priority. In other words, if you own your own house and you're trying to do groceries and you're trying to throw out the trash and you're trying to do your laundry and you're trying to mow your grass and you got all this shit going on, right? But a pipe fucks up in your bathroom and your shit leaking, right? You gonna stop all that shit and take care of that pipe, right? These motherfuckers, to them, they saying it's everybody else's pipe that's fucked up, not theirs, because they on recess. They don't care. It's not bothering them that much. If it was that big of a deal to them, they would have sat there at that fucking table until the problem was solved. If the coronavirus is that serious and it's gonna, why ain't they come out with military and motherfuckers stay in the house? What don't you understand? If you don't fucking stay in the house, you will fucking die. Everybody, you know what I mean? Like, what? 4th of July, yo. I seen mad people out and I seen the most cops out. Since this shit's been happening, I drive a fairly new car. I drive a 2019 for almost 2 years now. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers is on my ass as soon as I get in the hood, B. These niggas, yo, I'll be in the hood for like an hour. These niggas run my plate like a good 8-9 times. A good 8-9 different cops. That's that initiating. Oh, they looking. Every car. Oh, this nigga don't got. Boop, pull him over. Right? I'm gonna pull you over. Hopefully you do some dumb shit and now the cop gets to wild out on you. When it don't matter if you're not doing nothing wrong. It don't matter if you're at the light obeying the law. You're doing nothing wrong, which means he has zero probable cause to be running your plate because you ain't doing nothing wrong. He don't know your shit unlegit. Him suspecting that your shit is unlegit is not enough reason. You actually have to be caught doing something wrong, speeding, doing something wrong. Because when they behind you and they running your plates at will like that, that's in essence, that's your stop and frisk, but in a car. Because if you walking, they just, stop, let me check you. If you in the car, they just running your plate. They don't got to stop you. They running your plate. And if your shit ain't right, then boom, they fucking with you. But I bet you, if there was that system where you can track whose plates are being ran, I bet you there's a whole lot more minority plates that are being ran than the majority. I can guarantee that. Because in my hood, it's to the point that now these fucking cops got these machines on the hood of their car, right? And so they have two on the hood, so one points this way, one points that way. Then they have two on the back, one point in the opposite way. Then you have your cop with your laptop. So what's that's telling you? The cop can run up to 5 plates at one time. Each machine will run a plate. So he has 4 machines plus him. So he can run 5 plates at once. One cop running 5 plates to tell you which one is what? My nigga, that's not a violation of my rights. You just running my plate for no reason. That's basically you coming up to me asking me for ID for no reason. These laws are slanted against us. The amendments are slanted against us. The Constitution was written against us. We are not viewed equally in the Constitution, so the treatment is not equal. Everything about skin color with the melanated people has been slighted. They won't even tell you that the fucking Bible took place in Africa. They won't even tell you that. They give you a picture of Jesus. They give you a picture of Jesus being blonde hair with blue eyes. But in the fucking Bible, it tells you his skin color is like copper and his hair is like wool. But they still give you this fake portrayal of this person. What? They told you how many generations of people grew up passing tests to go to the next grade saying that Christopher Columbus is the greatest explorer, conqueror, and adventurer. And in 2020, we know all that shit was a lie. What? What are you saying when you failed all them kids that didn't want to take that test, that felt certain type of way about that test and actually failed that test and actually didn't pass that grade because of that racist subjugated test? What are you telling that kid? Because I'm that kid. I graduated. I got my diploma in prison and all that. But I didn't pass that grade because I wouldn't answer that fucking question. Real shit. I literally got in trouble in school because I literally said, well, wait. If Christopher Columbus discovered America, how could he discover something if Indians were there? My fucking teacher sent me to the office. I got in trouble. My fucking parents had to come to the school. My nigga, I'm like in first, second grade getting suspended because I literally asked, how did Christopher Columbus discover something if Indians were already present? I literally got suspended from school for asking an educational question. How does that work? Real shit. That literally happened to me. I literally stayed back to first grade because of that one fucking question. Actual fact. And then in the fucking fourth grade, they just, my grades were so good, they skipped me right to 6. So I stayed on pace until I went to prison and had to get my diploma in prison. You know what I mean? But it's like everything is slanted against us, man. The laws, how we're treated, how we treat each other, how we perceive each other. Even that. Yo, do you know that in Australia, there's more dark people than light-skinned people? Do you know that? I didn't. I just found that shit out today. That in Australia, the most popular face out there is darker than me. They show 2 pictures of 2 little black babies, 2 little girls. They're not babies. They're probably like 7, 6, 5. But, you know, I'm grown, so they're like little babies. They're black. They're beautiful. And one has like blue eyes, and I think the other one has green eyes. But they're darker than me. And it's like, do you know that? Like, how many people thought of that? That Australia's banged by sun all day. Why are you portraying nothing but like white people, light-skinned people from there? If it's sun all day, what? If I go to Australia and I'm white, 5, 6 generations down, my skin color gonna change because we in that sun all day. Our body adapts to our environment. So, excuse me, like Nick Cannon, check the fly shit. I'm gonna take my glasses off for this. Peep the fly shit. Back in the days, they used to tell you in school all this shit about the caveman, right? The caveman. We are caveman, right? The caveman came from Cain when Cain was banished. And they told Cain to go to the mountains of Caucasus. This is where the white man came from, Cain. They told you all this caveman shit, how they were savages, right? Nick Cannon basically tells you the same shit. What it tells you in the Bible, what they taught us in school, same shit. What they tell us, what do they say? We went through the, what do they call it? The Dark Ages, right? When the Knights of the Templar came through and started killing people if you didn't go for God. Remember that? The Dark Ages? The Vikings? What the fuck you think they was talking about? That's your Vikings. That's your savages. Those are the white people from the Caucasus Mountains that came down. The Dark Ages. You can't even tell. Check this out. You cannot shed light on the past that has not to do with your race in a reality sense without you getting in trouble. Right? About the same people that enslaved us. What? So basically, I can't talk about how you enslaved me like that. And if I go back further than that or after that, when I talk about how you guys were just in the mountains and y'all didn't care about nothing, I can't talk about that either. But it's all right for you to build monuments and fucking make old ass movies and let old ass songs come out of how racist you are, of how you hanging us people with color, how stupid we are. Yo, y'all made zoos and put black people in them and called them monkeys and try to feed them. Like, you guys fucking made us look like animals. What? And I can't even give you my opinionated truth of a reflection of the past that you try to hide. And we can't, like, how this dude lose his job? How many news reporters talk shit about black people and ain't lose their job? This dude is on his own podcast, which means he's on his own time. He said some shit about the past. All he did was reflected on the past. He didn't give you he didn't tell you he thought this. He's telling you what the past. This is actual facts. The white people came down from the Caucasus. This is true facts. And he got fired, and they were called anti-Semitic comments for talking about the past. What? Isn't an anti-Semitic comment something like, yo, you fucking nigger, or you fucking cracker, that type of stuff? But when you're reflecting on the past, you have to literally, I tell the people all the time, when this type of subject, you have to take your personal emotions out. Whatever you have personally invested in this, take it out. Because you don't know the past. You might want to be the hero, but in actuality, in that story, you're the villain. And you don't know. Which is why you have to take your personal feelings out. Because you don't know. You don't know what they were doing back then. You don't know what your great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, you don't know how they were raised. You don't know what they were thinking. What I mean is today, you might have a bunch of Puerto Ricans that break the law, right? You go back a couple generations, them Puerto Ricans ain't believe in breaking the law. They didn't believe in drug dealing. They didn't believe in that shit like that. They didn't believe in all this whoring. They believed in getting married and starting your family at like 14, 15 years old. That arranged marriage, that's how it used to be in Puerto Rico. So by the time your woman was 21, 22, she already had 5 or 6 kids. And her youngest was probably already like 5 and 6. Get what I'm saying? That division, that self-hate, that all of that comes from them. So the more we self-hate, the harder it's going to be for us to come together. Because again, you as someone in power, why would you want to sit down with a race of people that can't even get along with each other? I'm better off letting y'all fight each other and kill each other, because then I don't got to deal with you. It's a lot easier. Today, there might be 1 million of y'all. In 10 years, it might be 800,000, because y'all niggas done killed 200,000 of each other off. Now, if I supply y'all with guns, alcohol, drugs, I'm helping you kill yourself. I'm helping you divide yourself. Because I know if y'all unite, y'all unstoppable. But as long as y'all don't know that, I don't got nothing to worry about. Like, what? The only person that's afraid of putting the laws in the correct order is the person that's in charge now. Because they know they're the ones at the bottom of the totem pole. They know they're the ones at the bottom. So they're going to scratch, fight, and claw before they let themselves be reduced to where they belong. Believe that. That's why the laws are set. That's why one day we were all slaves, and then the day we became free, it's another fact a lot of people don't know, right? Part of the Jim Crow law. After we became free, the night that they made us free, at the same time that they were freeing us, they made a law that everyone who didn't have identification to be a U.S. citizen gets arrested for not having identification, and it's a felony. How can you have identification if yesterday and every day before that you were a slave? You weren't even viewed as a person. It was set up like this. We went to civil war, right? To fight for the equality, to fight for the freedom of the black slave, right? What came after the Civil War, y'all? Jim Crow law. Jim Crow law negated your whole Civil War, because Jim Crow law is what made it law of the division. Yo, part of the Jim Crow law was to make it that a white man could not shake a black man's hand. And when he did, he had to refer to him in a derogatory statement. Like, how you doing, nigger? Like that. That was the law. The white man could not look the black man in the eye. Let me say that again. The black man could not look the white man in the eye. Why do you think back in the day the black people used to always look down? Hey, master, and then put their head back down. Because you're not equal. Look down like you're a dog. You're not equal to us. We're supreme to you, white supremacists. The laws advocate for the white supremacy. All these parks, all these monuments. Yo, y'all worried about this Christopher Columbus statue, right? Have any of y'all seen that fucking monument park in Alabama? Where that church bombing happened, where Martin Luther King was. Yo, it's a whole fucking park dedicated to the slavery, Civil War, all that shit that happened. And y'all worried about some monument? That monument didn't bother me. You know how much money it's going to cost for y'all to take these monuments down and do whatever with them? Again, wasting taxpayer money on shit that's not important. Or is the target to waste all the US dollars so we could bring in that new world currency? Is that part of it? The new one world currency to bring in martial law, to bring in your new world order? Is that what this is all about? Because this shit is coming from so many different fronts. This is why you have so many different activists attacking so many different fronts. That's why just like they are united, we need to unite. Left wing, right wing, same fucking bird. I don't give a fuck if they're a Republican or if they're a Democrat. They're the same fucking bird. They're just down with the same fucking gang. They running for the same shit. The Republicans and Democrats, what they say, are you a left winger or are you a right winger? My nigga, it's the same bird. You know what I mean? The wing don't have the wing don't have the brain. The wing is being told by what to do from the brain. This is why I don't fuck with it. So when they be like, yo, your vote counts. That's what they say. Your vote counts, right? Your vote counts. Oh, don't talk to nobody who doesn't vote because your vote counts, right? Your vote is your voice. Your voice speaks louder when you vote, right? That fucking dumbass shit. It's the dumbest shit I ever fucking heard. Check your process, man. This is how you know when your vote counts, man. Check your process. What happens? They select two people to run to become the president, to run our country, that we vote. What? Motherfucker, the power is in the selection, not the election. You picking two people that are both going to fill your cause. And you're making one seem worse than the other. And then we pick of who's going to fuck us. Where's the power? We don't have a say. We don't have a vote. Our vote don't mean shit. Our say don't mean shit. Because again, stop thinking about the game like you a player and think about the game like you're the creator of it. They're putting two people out there that's going to fill their agenda. And we get to pick who's going to fill their agenda. Our vote don't mean shit. The power is not in the election. The power is in the selection. And think about that. How do you even get selected to run for president? You have to spend all this fucking money to go through all these different towns and counties and states to gain all these people's support. So you could be the smartest person, have the best way of getting us out of debt, have the best everything, right? But if you don't have the right amount of money to travel this fucking country, your voice ain't gonna be heard. This is why we could get an actor, somebody that was on TV to run our country better than, because our country's ran like a business. But they saying we are fucking family and we're this and we're equal and the spark and the red and blues and the stripes and the white and the stars and what? We have no. The power is in the selection, not the election. All right. The power is when we pick who's gonna run the country. When we pick who they can choose to run the country. Because you have somebody like Hillary Clinton and somebody like Donald Trump. Two people that are going to lead us down a road that is going to fuck us. Where's our choice? Where's our power? Where's our say? It's not there. Because the law is slanted against us. This is why somebody can kill a dog and go to jail for 2 years. But a cop could kill a black man and he'll retire a year early and get all his benefits. Because in the fucking Constitution, in the 13th Amendment, we are 3/5 of a man. They are 5/5. It's only them that are whole in the Constitution. We are not whole in the Constitution. Until you understand that, they're going to keep you blinded with all this dumb shit. How do you make us whole? Your Constitution. Everything trickles from there. The Constitution is the base law. That shows you where your education comes down, the laws, how people get arrested, everything, your treatment, everything. Come on, man. We view a bunch of people that hated us. The people that they said we need to honor our forefathers were a bunch of racist motherfuckers. That's not our Why would my forefather be racist against me? That's your forefather. That's not mine. How do I know? Because in the law, I'm not even a whole person. I could kill a dog and get 3 years in jail, but if this cop kills my brother, that nothing will happen. Or white people could check this out. There's this young boy in New Jersey. This dude had like a Catching a Predator type show. This dude, we believe he got lynched. The police is saying he hung himself. 20-year-old. You know how many people being hung by trees now and they're all saying that they're suicides? Come on, man. Open your fucking eyes, man. They're still telling us, yo, we have no power. We will hang you motherfuckers. Open your eyes, man. Black lives along with white lies do not matter. All right? Black lives and white lies don't matter, man. They trying to tell you what your history is. You know what your history is. Come on, man. The power is not in the election. The power is in the selection. I'm telling you, the 13th Amendment is where we're fucked at. The only true people in America, the only people that are whole in America is the white man. They are 5/5. We are 3/5. So you today that's getting angry, you're white supremacist. It's you. Because you're not the one that wrote the Constitution. You're not the one that was whipping that black man. So why are you getting so mad? Because you are a white supremacist. And you don't want the equality. That's why you're mad. They say equality. It's in the 13th Amendment. That's where they're whole and we're not. They are 5 and we are 3. This is why we get treated the way we do. This is why a cop could call you a fucking nigger and nothing will happen to that motherfucker. He might get a raise next week. The 13th Amendment, man. Talk to your politicians, man. Ask them, how do we get more power in the selection? And they're going to try to trick you, say, oh, you got to become congressman, red, white. My nigga, the red and white is their game. Their game is set to keep them in power. Open up your minds, man. Black lives with white lies don't matter, man. We are 5/5. You heard me?